This conference will now be recorded.
So we're putting it all together now. You're talking to more people to grow your Avon business. You're on the path to achieving your dreams with smart goals and great plans. You're confidently coaching your team to help them grow. And with all of this in place, it is important to check your progress along the way. So you'll be able to celebrate your awesome results and adjust your actions if needed to achieve your goals. We're going to go through this today, and that's working the plan. So here's our agenda. So what do we mean by working the plan? We'll go over that. And for the campaign and quarter, you want to understand your results, find the gaps, and I'll go through that with a fine-tooth comb, and then plan to take action. The big thing now is, and we've been talking about this, is the multiplier is your team. So working with your team as well to get them to where they want to be, which will ultimately get you closer to your dreams and goals as well. So our last seminar, working the plan, this is our last one. The next one's just going to be a quick wrap up, and we won't even do much as far as that goes. So congratulations on getting almost all the way through the program. We're so close to the finish line. But working the plan focuses on what happens after you begin to execute your plan. It's important to track your progress so you can adjust your plan along the way. This is where the real fun begins. You don't want to look back at the end of a campaign or after a number of campaigns and say, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda. You want to really be proactive. You want to take a pulse on how your activities are or are not supporting a successful campaign or the achievement of your long-term goals. So today we're going to review when and how to track your progress along with the red flags that can help you identify if you need to adjust your approach. So this is something where if we were live today, we'd take stock, but I'm just going to ask you guys hypothetically to think about this. So how often do you track your progress and your business results? And do you find that you adjust your approach if you find that you're not on track? So really think about that. Are you actually seeing if you're on track now? Because if you're not, now you have the tools to be able to do that. So it's important to track your progress so you can take the right action and achieve your goals. So first, track your progress in the short term or during the current campaign. You have the opportunity to easily see if you are on track to maintain your current title or if you are on track to advance to the next title. You can adjust your actions to ensure your success. It's important to also keep an eye on your progress toward your long-term goals. So track your progress versus the goals you set in the goal setting module of this program at least every 6 campaigns, right? So this gives you the opportunity to adjust your plan as needed and celebrate your successes. You want to stay on track to achieve your dreams. So when focusing on the current campaign, we're taking stock of an immediate short-term need to maintain our current title, or maybe you're close to next title, so you want to achieve next title. So in your vibe and your individual progress report, it provides a really nice window into our performance and allows us to keep a pulse on where we are doing well and areas of risk from campaign to campaign. You guys, I know, are very familiar with this because we look at it all the time when we do our one-on-ones. So when we identify an area of risk, it's essential to deploy quick hit tactics to remedy the situation. This may include doing something yourself or providing real-time coaching to your downline. So again, I'm going to ask this hypothetically, right? So how often are you checking your progress report? And this is something we can talk about on our one-on-ones. And what details are you referencing to understand your results? So let's take a look at an example now. So this is Carrie. Carrie is a bronze leader who recently participated in the Leadership Development Program. She checks her progress during the current campaign and finds that she's achieved 100% of her current title requirements. So she's achieved bronze leader, right? She's as thrilled that her efforts are paying off. Carrie has a goal to become a silver leader in the next year. She checks her progress toward the silver leader requirement so she can adjust her activities and achieve her goals. So let's take a look at that on her progress report and see what that looks like. So in order to achieve silver leader status, Carrie needs to increase her total team sales, and she needs to add a G1 bronze leader to her downline. Carrie begins to think how she can adjust her plan to achieve these goals. Even if she cannot get them done within this campaign, she puts things in motion to get them done for the next few campaigns. So some things Carrie can do to get another G1 bronze leader are things that you guys have already been doing, right? You've been looking at, some of these reports, and I don't want to jump ahead because they're in the next slide. So just think about what we've been doing, how we've been identifying people to coach, right? That's what she needs to be doing. And then things she should be doing to increase total team sales for the campaign. We'll go over that as well. So to increase her total team sales within this campaign, Carrie can pull a couple of different levers. First, she can try to increase the number of overall orders by seeking out those who have not yet placed an order. We've been talking about this a lot, right? Second, she can try to increase the average order size for those orders still left to be placed. Here are some ideas for increasing Carrie's team total orders. So share best practices on social media, follow up with reps with no order, and share ideas for creating an order during this campaign. These are things that we've been talking about when we do our action alert items and things that we want to look through. You have those action alerts on your dashboard, and those are things that we've been talking about as far as planning. Are we calling no orders or sending a text to no orders with the best product right now? Maybe it's dual elixir, right? Things like that. So now we want to talk about team's average order size. For those of you not familiar with the term, average order size is calculated by taking the total team sales value and dividing it by their total number of orders. So here are some ideas for increasing Carrie's team's average order size. Share add-on sales with your team. I'm not really going to go through this, but you guys know what that means. So they buy a lipstick, you want to talk about a lip liner to match, or they buy a foundation or any kind of makeup. You can also branch cross-category, which is the next thing, to things like skincare. So if she buys jewelry, you can add makeup to finish the look, right? Or she buys jewelry, maybe you show her a pair of shoes, right, to finish the look. So people who have purchased this item also purchase this item. This is also something great with online, because it says if they're an online customer, it gives them this at the bottom. It says, oh, people who loved this mascara also love our glimmer sticks, or people who most often buy this also buy this. It's just like on Amazon or anywhere else. But you guys can be doing this too, and teaching your team to do it to increase average order size. And again, this is something we talked about extensively in goal setting and planning. So now let's talk about how Carrie can increase her G1 leaders. Like I said before, this might not be possible during this campaign, but Carrie needs to start working toward this goal now. To increase her G1 leaders, Carrie can do a few things. So she can recruit new representatives who might be interested in leadership. Wow. I mean, these things are things literally like you guys, we've been talking about constantly. Identify team members who are good potential leaders. We just did that in coaching, right? So discuss the leadership opportunity, coach them to help them achieve the next title. And remember, only coach those who want to be coached. Ask for their permission first. So absolutely. So these are things that she can be doing and identifying ongoing. And I know I talked to you guys about this a little bit, but listen, that's why this first point is so important. You may not be able to identify anybody on your team right now who you think would be a potential leader. That's why it's so important to continue to fill the pipeline of representatives, not only to grow your team and grow yourself, but also, I promise you, one of them is going to bite and be interested in leadership. And I know a couple of you have just gotten brand new people on your team who have already recruited somebody or who have expressed interest in leadership. So I'm really excited to see your teams grow. So, and Carrie's team will grow based on what she's doing with these activities as well. So let's shift our attention from tracking short-term results to tracking where we are versus our long-term goals. It's a great idea to go through this exercise after every 6 campaigns at a minimum. So you guys can do it every couple campaigns if you want, but the reason why these worksheets are designed for 6 campaigns is because really you want to look back at those 6 campaigns and then plan the next 6 campaigns to ensure that you're on track for your goals. So follow the same steps to track long-term progress as you did to track it in the short term. So look at your results versus your goals. Find the gaps and adjust your plan to take action. Tracking your long-term progress also allows you to do one other very important thing. You get to celebrate, which is my favorite, right? So celebrating success, having recognition, whether that's with you or your team, and it's important to adjust your plan to close your gaps. So we can look on here and see kind of where things are going good and where we maybe have a gap. So you can see she has a gap as far as her earnings amount, right? So she wanted to be at 300 and she was at 202. Still good. She's getting closer, right? And then super close on G1 appointments. So she wanted 6, she had 5, so -1. And then personal sales is where we're going to celebrate. She exceeded her personal sales goal. Everything else, like team size, stayed the same. That must have meant she had some removals, right? But because she added, she didn't go down. So really, really good things. You can see where all the gaps are here. So the gaps are negative, right? So this chart represents an example of a gold ambassador and her results after 6 campaigns. So she needs to adjust some things, right, in order to get most of the things that need to be adjusted are everything under team, right? We need to adjust them and ask ourselves, were these realistic goals? Do we, maybe do we challenge ourselves too much? And what can we do going forward to make sure we're aligned with meeting our goals? So let's talk about how you can impact your long-term personal results if you identify a gap. Here are some ideas that you might try if you need to adjust your plan. So personal results, you may prospect more to meet new people. Go back to the people you know and contact them. I know Christina did that this past week, and she had 2 new recruits over the weekend, so way to go. Make 5 contacts 5 days a week. Oh my gosh, does this sound familiar? The 5 by 5. Conduct Avon opportunity meetings or invite your people to the Avon opportunity meeting that are on Thursday nights provided by corporate. Follow Grow when you talk to people. The conversational selling. So are you following those strategies? Increase add-on sales and cross-category sales. We just talked about that. And then steal other people's ideas. I mean, that's some of our best ideas, right, are from other people and other representatives we've talked to, or getting that stuff on social media and being like, hey, I can do that. And then titles. So identify your next leaders, coach your next leaders, and then coach lower level leaders to help achieve higher titles. So coaching those people who are maybe already promoter or star promoter to get to the next title, and then continuing to identify those people on your team that you can coach to the next leader will help you get to your next title as well. So let's talk about how you can impact your long-term team results if you identify this. So here are some ideas that you might try if you need to adjust, okay, for team results. So here's team. Share best practices and how-to ideas on social media. Well, gosh darn, didn't I just say that? Duplicate your key learnings from the coaching program. Yeah, use these materials. You're more than welcome to use these application guides or reference guides with your teams, especially. I know the goal setting and planning tends to be one, and then we refer back to conversational selling a lot too with our teams, especially for those who are just starting to try to build a team to make sure they have those growth skills. Recognition, are we doing that with our team? Creating team competitions and offering prizes. I know you guys are doing that pretty regularly. Connect the team with learning opportunities. Yeah, are you connecting them to Avon U or the national sales meetings? Are you giving them all the tools that they need in order to be successful? And then invest in coaching the right people. So really focus on those gaps. So wherever you're seeing a negative as you go through this worksheet, and that's really where you want to say, okay, what activities can I start to do or maybe do more often in order to fix the gaps. So up to this point, we've focused on tracking progress and adjusting our actions to succeed. During the campaign performance, maybe track daily or every couple of days based on the size of your downline. And we've talked about this. Beyond this campaign, track your progress after every 6 campaigns or at the end of every quarter and at the end of every year. So consider reflecting back on your results to identify lessons learned and celebrate your success. This is strategic thinking. Will allow you to implement insights gained from past experience so that you can avoid missteps learning forward. Okay, and you got that. You can look at this slide. So long term versus short term. I'll leave it up there for a second. Great. So don't forget your team is your multiplier. Evaluate what you can do for your team and what your team can do for you. So together, everyone achieves more. We've all heard that before, right? As far as team. And it's literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed. And you know what? I really look back at this because so many of you at the beginning, when you were asked, you know, why do you do this or what do you get out of it? Almost all of you said that you love to help other women and other people and empower them to achieve their dreams and goals. So just remember that you're helping them, they're helping you, right? It's really a win-win as long as you have that strong team. So here's the application guide coming up. And listen, I'm here for you if you need me, but here's the biggest part. These are all just questions. I'm not going to go through it. You can figure it out. You're probably going to know where your gaps are before you even fill in the numbers. But let's go ahead and do, because campaign 7 closes out tomorrow, so we can do it for campaign 6 and campaign 7. So you're going to need your goal setting application guide that we use during goal setting. You need that to put in what your goal was. So right here, your goal for campaign 6, your goal for campaign 7. Then you're going to go back to the campaign comparison, which is on your dashboard, and you're going to fill in, whoops, where's my cursor? You're going to fill in your campaign 6 actual numbers and your campaign 7 actual numbers. And then you're going to be able to find the gap. So your gap for campaign 6, your gap for campaign 7. It's either going to be a plus, a minus, or a flat. So you stayed the same. That's the only possibilities you can have in gap, right? So if you guys have questions as you're going through this, please just give me a call. And don't forget this part. I don't know why almost always people forget this. So you may need to pull out that first page of your goal setting and see what your dream was and when you wanted to reach it, because you guys all put a date on there, okay? And you put what you wanted. And then these are just some more questions. So add or revise the activities on your upcoming 2-week calendar based on your learnings. See what impact you can make. So the biggest thing right here for your call to action is going to be if you had a negative in the gap. So if you didn't make a goal and it's really important to you, that goal, you know, I suggest maybe taking 2 of the gaps and really thinking about what can you do to influence those pieces as far as action activities for the next couple weeks, okay? Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. This is going to be our hot topic question for Thursday. Let me tell you, because I can't remember the date. So Thursday, the 28th. So Thursday the 28th, we'll have our collaboration call, and that will be what is your proudest moment as an Avon business leader. So think about that, and then just so you know, going after that, what'll happen is April 1st, April Fool's Day, you'll actually graduate the program that day. So on April 1st, we'll do a quick, like 30-minute touch base. You will have an application guide that will be due back to me that week. It's not anything we need to schedule to go over. It's just more of like, what did you get out of the program? And we'll go through a quick review and then we'll celebrate. And And that's pretty much it. So we'll wrap up on Monday, April Fool's Day, April 1st. So you'll have your one-on-one with me one more time. You'll have our collaboration on the 28th, and then we'll wrap up the program on April 1st. I can't believe it's over already. It always goes by quicker and quicker and quicker every time I do it. So I can't wait to hear about your accomplishments as we chat over, the next week or so. And if you aren't achieving your goals now, I know you can once you adjust your plan. And that's really all it is about, right? Is plan, execute, and then track the progress. And then you plan again, you execute again, and you track the progress. And it just keeps going and going. And that's what working the plan is. So I look forward to speaking to everyone this week or next. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you.